Hey, very good morning to you, trader. Tiago Andrade here from the Trading Cage. How are you today? Today, Monday, the 9th of March. And we're here with our beautiful gold once again to make the analysis and mapping of the price of the gold today. All right. So, we had some good movements yesterday. Gold opened up with a gap in the opening of the Asian market, and then it came to our support once again, very close to our 50% of that macro movement to candle 33 on the daily chart. So we actually managed to get a very good trade out of that yesterday. The good news is that summertime has finished um, in New York. So now from 9 o'clock, we're actually getting good movements. We should be getting the movements that we normally get at around 10 o'clock. So this is very good news. Let's see how everything will pan out for us. But I'm excited about this. Oh, Kleber. Good morning, mate. How are you? Good to have you here, brother. All right, let me just have a quick look at one thing here. All right, Kleber is one of our students, was trading with us last night, but he missed out on the take. We had the awesome take yesterday. Kleber I think, was 2,800 points yesterday, last night. Was really good. Anyways, let's go to our daily chart. Let's see what's happening with our gold over there. So at the moment, what we can gauge from what has been happening lately is gold is still on an uptrend. Okay, it's still respecting the 50% of this big retraction here. Okay, high of candle 20, minimals low of candle 22. We have this support here on the trigger candle 22, and we also have got support on this 50%, which is the region of trigger candle number 33. All right. So this here, I was expecting yesterday, number 47 to actually come down below candle 43 to grab the liquidity below that region of 50%. Okay. There's a lot of liquidity here, but so far the market has not come back to grab that liquidity. So I'm just waiting for that. We might not come to grab that liquidity. Market might think that it has enough liquidity at the moment to continue on its way up and just continue to go up and stop all these guys up here. But as we know, there is a lot of liquidity below. So if the market leave that alone, we could see this price coming back up quite urgently. The candle 42 has confirmed pullback to the highs, okay? So we have a confirmed pullback to the record highs because candle 36 did close above the 50% of this last retraction. So it has confirmed that. So far, no other candle has come back to below the 50%. So far we have no failed pullbacks. We're still gauging and tracking this price because if it does come to grab this liquidity, it might fail the pullback and then it would have to come back to these minimals to grab all of this liquidity below, okay? It could come as far as 42, around 4277, this region here. once it grabs all that liquidity. But for the moment, with everything that's happening on the macroeconomy, I do not think that this is going to happen right now. Good morning, Sabu. How are you? So, let's see what we have here on our 1 hour candle. Kleber, if you're here, I hope that you got that entry, that buy entry point on the 5 minutes. And if you are on this trade, make sure you get out on the 50% of the day, okay? So, right now we've got 50% of the day right here, okay? We have this support, which is 5084. It's a very, very strong support. What we can see from yesterday is that gold opened up with a gap, really close to the maximum high of Thursday, and then it just melted. So it came right back to our support, which is our support on the 1 hour here as well. See? So it came to grab all that liquidity and all the inefficiency left on Friday just after the payroll. So price came down here, grabbed all of that inefficiency. It stopped everybody that bought on the payroll. And not only that, but also below candle 89 here. One point that it hasn't managed to break through and stop was candle 39. So we still have got this very strong support here on this region of the 5037. Okay, so it respected that, then price came right back over the 50%, and now it has retraced back below 50%. So what we've been doing is we've been waiting for this price back around that 50% region to see if it's actually going to um, break through that or if it's just going to stay as it is at the moment. Give me 1 second. At the moment, price is just above a support. Let's see if it's going to continue on its way up. Market left a lot of liquidity up there. Plus, we still have a lot of inefficiency here from candle 1 from yesterday. The inefficiency from candle 2 was taken overnight today, but we still have got this one. So if price does break through that 50%, it could accelerate quite a bit to come and grab this inefficiency here and stop everybody that sold last night. Or let me change this color here. I've got a green, light green. Okay, cool. All right. So this is the inefficiency we have at the moment. This here, we don't have any more. That's gone. This is gone. Now we've got liquidity here, right here. If price does come back to this region, it will accelerate quite a lot because we got liquidity on above yesterday's candle and also above Thursday's movement here. So we got these two structures which price is working on. consolidation zone, okay, for the last pretty much 4 days. We've got consolidation here. If this price can't break through these 50%, we will be seeing this price below candle 39 here. Price should be coming back to this region to grab more liquidity, okay? There is a whole bunch of liquidity up there. If price does come back down here, it could induce more sellers, okay? It could induce more sellers in this region. Point being that we've got this 50%. Once it starts grabbing all this liquidity, it will most likely stop here at 4887. So this is the point of target if price starts melting and breaks through this 50%. If it does that, it will also be changing the tendency that it has at the moment. We're still on an uptrend, but if it does that, then it will be changing from an uptrend to a downtrend. Let's see what else we've got here on 1 hour that we can mark up. We've got this region here of resistance, which is 5136. We also have got this region of 5170, which is resistance. Let me just have a look here at what's happening on our daily, just so I can track this properly. Okay, so that one is a good one. This one, support, resistance, and then we have resistance there. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much it. So we got resistance here and we got resistance up there and support below, which is awesome. It's just working quite well for our price at the moment. Candle 57 on 15 minutes did break through candle 56. So let's wait to see if this price will continue. We've got trigger candle 49 here who could stop that price, okay, from going up, but it should be coming back up to that 50%. We don't have anything else at the moment over here that could be holding this price for us. What we have would be above 50%. We've got trigger candles here to the left, which are just above this resistance. And we also have trigger candle number 113 here, who could hold this price from going up. At the moment on 1 minute, we've got a very nice trend line. Let's see if it will continue here. We'll keep track it as it got support below 50%, and then went right back up to those trigger candles once again. Couldn't break through. It did touch the back of our trend line. We've got an uptrend here, okay, on the macro, and then drop down below to our support region again. What we don't want to see, if we are buyers in this market, and since I am above support, I'm still a buyer on this market for the moment being. What I don't want to see is basically this price is staying below this 50%, okay? So we need price to break through that trigger candle 49 to show us that this price will confirm pullback to the highs At the moment, it was making a structure of higher highs and higher lows, okay? So we got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, and then it did a lower high, and now a lower low. So I want to see the structure breaking through here. Start for the price to start getting um, a good stop of these people here who sold above the structure of candle 50. So if price managed to do that, then it will be quite good because we might get a good trade going from here to the maximum high until about this trend line here once again. All right. Cool. Let's have a look at our 5-minute chart. Right now, pretty much same thing. Let's say if this candle 173 manages to break through this 50% and also trigger candle 147. Candle 860 on the 1 minute here managed to break through the whole structure. Okay. What we would like to see is 861 continue on its way up after testing support, which is doing right now. Got a nice uptrend, good movement. Good morning, guys. All right. So candle 173 right now, breaking through that 50, that 50%, trying to break through. We got trigger candle 49 here that could try to hold this price. If it does break through that 50 of the day and trigger candle 147, we could get a very good entry point if price makes a pullback here above 50%. If you guys have got any questions for me, okay, on what we're looking at and how we're trading, please just let us know. And I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. Here on 1 minute, we start to see that we get a little bit of a pressure from sellers. Okay, so candle 860 does break through, closes above all the last candle's highs, but then 861 gets pushed down, 862 gets pushed down, 863 is trying to go back up once again, but is finding a lot of pressure from the sellers. Should break that 50. I hope it does. Come on. There we go. Big push. Buyers taking control of the price once again. One seven three does close above this 50%, but with a big rejection from sellers. So for the moment, and we are just at the region of trigger candle 147, which means I would prefer to wait for this 15-minute candle to close to see if it's going to close inside of trigger candle 49. instead of buying right here and end up, having a rejection here on candle 147. So I'm gonna wait for it. Now, if candle 147 comes below here, can't beat through the support, which is candle 170, 171, 172, and comes back up, then I might be looking at a buy, okay? But I would need a very good test in this region to tell me that um, price is not going to come down again. Just bear with me for a second. Just sorting something out here. All right. So we got candle 174 here coming back up. It has tested the 50%. I'm waiting for it to break through the 50% of this movement and trigger candle 147. All right. If it does break through or closes inside of it, then we would be looking at actually a quite good trade until trigger candle 139 here. Why do we wait for the price to break through this 50% on our Fibonacci? Because we know that market works between high, low, and 50%. So 50% is a region of equality of the price, and that's what we want to see price breaking through. If it rejects the 50, then it will be coming back to the support below. So we always wait for a confirmation above 50% that price is strong enough to continue on its movement. Right now, it's looking really good. We've got 1 minute and 30 seconds for candle 58 to close. We should see a test down from candle 59. If candle 59 does not test, then we are not buying on candle 59, okay? We always need to wait for the test. $58 seconds to go. Candle 174 is looking really good. Just don't go at once. At least allow us to get into the trade first. Test down. Let's wait for a test down. Candle 59 does need to test. Test down. At least maximum, at least the high of candle 48, which is a trigger candle here. Come on, buddy. Don't just go test down a little bit before you go. Yep, come down. Test your support again. Oh, sometimes the gold doesn't want to test, but without a test, I'm not getting to this trade, okay? Candle 174 has closed above trigger candle, but it hasn't tested down. There is a good region here for it to test on the 15 minutes. It should test at least the high of candle 48 before continuing, but it's just gonna continue on its way up without the test. So unfortunately, without that test, I'm not getting to this trade. I will wait for the next one. In the 175, didn't manage to break through just yet. Okay, it should have accelerated on that high area there. Why did I want that test? If you have a look on 15 minutes, we've got trigger candle number 46, just on the high region of candle 59, okay? So I wanted a test down before price hit candle 46, simply because I wanted to know if there was enough support in that region to continue on its way through. Now, 1 minute has tested now, but it just didn't test enough. It's just not enough because I've got a support region here at this region of candle 864. So it would be good if price actually came back, made a pullback here, um, so we could see that we have a good support in that region. Now it has come back at the moment. It did a nice pullback here on candle 873, but it's not enough for me. Okay. One thing, Sabu, can we go long? Well, I'm waiting for a pullback on the region of support here, Sabu. We are above 50% right now. We are above trigger candles here. We've got a trigger candle here on the 15 minutes, which is candle 46. That's why I've been waiting for candle 59 to test. Without a test from candle 59, I'm not going long, okay? I should wait. But we do have a confirmed trade to go long at the moment. I've just got to wait for my entry point, wait for the price to test the support. There we go, see? Candle 875 coming back to test. So once the price does what it needs to do, then we can get into our trade. So candle 175 closed inside of candle 174 here on the 5 minutes. Let's see if candle 15 is going to test down once again, continuing on its way down, or if it's going to find support. I'm going to put a long trade here on top of candle 59. Let's see what's going to happen here. So Sabu, I'm going long, okay? But make sure you've got your risk management in place. Price does need to come and test this region of 50% here on the 5 minutes. That region of 50% is exactly the region of trigger candle 142. All right, so we got candle 59 still testing down. On the 5 minutes here, we can see that candle 176 is still coming down to test for support. The good thing is that now if it when it generates this support, this means that we can put our stop below the support here, which is a lot better, so we can have a shorter stop on our trade instead of putting our stop below candle 171 here, which is really far away from the price at the moment. So instead of having 1800 points of stop, we'll get about 600 points of stop. Why do we do that? Is because risk management is the key to keep alive on the day trade, okay? Leaving out of the market is a dream come true for anybody, okay? But you do need to respect your risk management. Now, on 5 minutes here, it's starting to look a bit odd. How can the 176 is trying to close? So we get big push from sellers here at 175, and then big push from buyers at 176. But candle 176 did close inside of trigger candle 147. So I'm waiting for price to break through the 50 here on the 1 minute. But for the time being, I'm going to take my long position out. because if it does confirm, then I'll put it lower. Let's see if 1 minute is going to confirm that pullback to the highs. It was coming back and breaking through, and then it gets into a bit of a consolidation here on 1 minute above the 50%, which is kind of good because it means that it's testing for support and it's not managing to come down. But it also, at the moment, it's not confirming to me that it's strong enough to continue. There we go, 177. Let's see how this will close. It's got to close inside of that trigger candle, 872. On the 15 minutes here, we can see that candle 59 is right against the support of candle 48 and the resistance of candle 46. So we got pressure from both sides right now on the 15 minutes. And this is why price is acting like this. If price does break through, that means that we will be looking at this price going back to the highs, especially as we have opening of the American market in about 45 minutes now. Since there are no more daylight savings in the US, we are going to get some good movements from now on, from 9 to 10 o'clock. So price is coming right back down to our 50%. Look at that. Funny thing is that candle 881 did confirm the pullback to the highs. So why did candle 882 just drop like that so quickly? We haven't grabbed the liquidity above candle 147 yet, so that did not happen. The name of these sellers could be buyers, okay? When you see things like this happening, it could be just a very big push from buyers. Buyers want to induce sellers to sell. When people see a candle like this, people will just sell at market, and then price comes back, grabs all of these inefficiency, and then breaks through the resistance above. So right now, we are just below the trigger candle 46, and we are above resistance here on the 50% of the day. Price has stopped everybody that bought here on this consolidation. Price is still fighting to stay above 50% of the day and 50% of the movement. Which is a nice pullback on the 15 minutes, okay? Candle 59, sorry. Now we've got to wait for the price needs to stay above 50% of this movement and above trigger candle 147. Candle 178 testing down. We still have our trend line, our high trend line here on the 1 minute. This price can still come down until the maximum high of candle 170. Okay, this is the last 50% we had in here, so just below candle 171. This is support. Okay, price, if price decides to come back down, it should find support above candle 170 to continue its way up. But if it does make a pullback here on the 50% of the day, is a lot better. So candle 60 on the 15 minutes is testing down at the moment. Okay, price is stayed above 50% of the day, stayed above 50% of candle 58. Quite big volatility kicking in at the moment as we're getting closer to 10 o'clock. As I was saying before, I'm still waiting for that price to start breaking structures, okay? From lower highs to higher highs and higher lows. I need this price to make a higher high and a higher low, then higher high, higher low, to show me that it's going to start breaking these structures. At the moment, it had a high tendency here. Okay, price broke through the lower highs and lower lows, made higher highs and higher lows, and then all of a sudden consolidated once again, and then made a lower high, then a lower low, then a lower high, lower low, and now it's trying to change the structure. But I need price to break through this last high for it to continue. Okay, so candle 178 renewing lower lows here from candle 177. We are still above our 50% of the day, okay, but now below 50% of the movement. We have candle 178 now breaking through this 50. As I said before, it will have to test the support on candle 170. Saul, how are you, mate? Tiago, would you sell in this region? No, I wouldn't sell in this region simply because it is a region of support here, okay? I'm not going to be selling right now. We've got the support here to the left. Which is basically this here. So for me, it's not worth trying to sell in there at the moment. We've got 9 minutes to go. What I'll do is I'll make the analysis here of what we could expect at the opening of the American market. Now, we've got this support here that's really strong, right? So if price comes and breaks through the support right here, we can be looking at shorting the market, okay? It needs to break through the support and then make a pullback to show us that price will want to come and grab the liquidity below, which is the liquidity here below candle 49. All right. So we've got this liquidity here. And not only that, we have got liquidity right here, which is below candle 161. All right. But we do have trigger candles here at candle 162, 169. We've got the top of the structure here on candle 40. This all could hold this price from breaking through the support. As we said before, this is a very strong support in this region here. So we might see pricing breaking through, but we need to make sure that we don't get into this trade just because we see a very big red candle, okay? If price could come here, test the support once again, and pop back up. One thing may happen, and this happens very often on gold. If we see that the market came down, sorry guys, the market came down and grabbed this liquidity below and pop back up and brings this liquidity back into the structure, we could go long on it. All right. So at the moment, price is just generating liquidity above, just generating a lot of liquidity above. If it comes down here, grabs a lot of liquidity and brings it back above support, you can go long because this price is going to come back up right up to here, if not maximum higher today. The opening of the US market tends to do the opposite of what happened on the Asian market, okay? Unless it's a day that we have a really high or a really low tendency on the market. But at the moment, as the market is consolidating, just generating liquidity on both ends of it, we could see that price comes to stop these guys here, stop buyers, and then goes long. The other is also the opposite. One thing is price did not grab any liquidity above here, candle 148. If it had done a liquidity grab here, then bring the price, brought the price back into the structure, then it could tell me, look, all these movement here, from candle 160 to candle 174, it was just a liquidity grab, but that's not what it did. It just went there, couldn't break through, trigger candle 46, and it came down. There was no liquidity grab at all. So it doesn't tell me anything quite clear on what the big players want from this price at the moment. Let me just have a look at one thing. Yeah. Let's see if this price is going to be able to break through the support here on the minimums of candle 170. It should come back down to these trigger candles. Let's see if it's going to continue on its way down. On 1 minute, we see the price is not breaking through the last lows. Let's see what's going to happen right now. So, as we were saying before, if price does come back and rejects this support, then we're going long. If price does break through that support, then you will have good options of going short, okay? But it does need to break that support to show us that it's going to come and grab the liquidity below. On the 1 minute here, price is trying to make a pullback after coming down, breaking through that 50% and getting back on that regional support. Let's just watch this 1 minute, see what it's going to do. Let's see if candle 897 will manage to break through trigger candle 895. Okay, so candle 897 came down, broke through candle 895, and now candle 898 is trying to reject that lows again, same low as candle 896, but it does need to renew those minimals. See. Okay, so price right now, candle 180 is trying to reject this 50%. It could be just a pullback. Okay, it is closing at the moment below this 50. So let's see what market will do from now on. Guys, it is 10 o'clock. I would like to say thank you very much for you guys that watched. Um, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and also share this channel with your friends. Okay, it is awesome to be here with you guys every day, and all your help does count. Sorry about my throat today. Not too good, but market didn't do what we wanted it to do. We wanted market to break through that high and accelerate, and at the moment it just came back to the regional support. So let's just wait for it, okay? It is in a region where it's just working between resistance and support. So let's wait for it, see how it's going to react, and then we can get into those trades. Don't forget, don't to wait for price to break through that support before you short it, and also wait for the price to get above this 50% if it rejects that support to come back up. All right, guys, thank you very much. We will be back tomorrow with more analysis of our gold, and it was awesome to be here with you. Once again, this is the trading cage where we beat the gold. Thank you very much, and see you next time.